That's my third time this week.
That's why he slept.
That's my third girl this week.
I lost them.
You better, what's her name?
You ain't getting this back.
Was it Cage?
Very petty relationship.
Luke Cage.
Very toxic. Dog left me.
No, I'd be interested to see it because I remember Champions Online. They're like one of their biggest things was that the AI in the game made an arch enemy for you based off of how well you were playing and like what you chose for yourself. I think that stuff like that would be super interesting.
What are these?
It's a lot of superhero talk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, we finally are getting some more on IronHeart.
Finally.
Yeah, they finally showing something. Disney finally talking about that IronHeart.
Oh well, I'm not too excited.
Am I?
What?
Yeah, I was just about to say, but go ahead. Well,
What?
Go ahead. I've been hearing a lot of hate about Ironheart, even though like I actually like her character in
the movie. Yeah,
in the movie. Yeah, I think she
was
was
fine.
really likable. But I've been hearing a lot of hate about her. Can you guys kind of put that hate into words?
A lot of people are saying that she hasn't earned her spot.
Okay.
Ironheart or the actress?
Ironheart,
Okay.
I guess. The
Well,
whole
I
package. I
mean-
don't know. I don't think it's
Well,
a
you
personal
also
attack
gotta-
on her.
you also
but just
gotta-
the introduction to the character
You,
as a whole, kind of like in comparison to Iron Man.
but
And
you
And
also,
how I'm
I
sorry,
wouldn't
Earl.
even-
I'm sorry, Earl, but like, and how like the way Iron Man started. If you're thinking about it as like a transition, she's a female Iron Man, and a lot of people are looking at it from that perspective.
Got you.
but you also got to account that Shuri pretty much opened up that area in Black Panther where it was looking for giving an opportunity for younger people to achieve. She's one of those younger people, come find out, a genius in that regard as well. So you also got to account that they got to introduce her in there somehow, and having her be part of that internship, that program, is one way to start it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought her introduction was fine when they did it in the other movie. I don't know if she can carry a movie by herself though.
I think this is a show.
Yeah,
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
but
but I hear you.
yeah.
I think I think her character is very likable. And as far as the comic books goes, of course it's completely different. It's like night and day.
Mm-hmm.
And how they did it with the movies, I actually kind of like it better, or it set better with me with this. Because I felt like it was less about Iron Man, which is more about like, hey, this girl is very smart and she's on the come up, and it's not like, okay, I'm about to like replace Iron Man. No, it's just her own character.
She's just trying to make her way, but
It's
and
like Captain Marvel.
It's not even,
The other girl.
It's really not
Yeah,
even
Miss
that.
Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
Maybe I'm tripping, but it's not even that. It's not even like Spider-Man and Miles Morales. It's more like, okay, she got inspired by, you know what I'm saying,
Tony.
by a hero, by
and-
Tony, and she just built her own armor and her own technology and stuff like that. Again, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping though.
No, I don't think is like I don't think on a base level there's anything wrong with her situation, but I think it's just people just don't care about her. I think that's really what it is.
Maybe if she,
think they're making a show about a character that the majority of people don't care about.
it's
like if
also
she
at
had
the
a
same
different set
time,
of powers.
It's a changing of the guard anyway.
Mhm.
So it's like
Yeah.
adding the new into this phase. So
Yeah.
So
You know what,
means
that's
that all of them
probably
should
what it
get
is.
hate.
Yeah.
Like Falcon, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Home dude that is now the new Captain America.
Yeah, he got hate too.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
hate.
Sam.
Sam definitely got
Sam
hate.
got
Yeah.
a ton of
Ironheart
hate.
is now getting hate.
Right. Yeah.
I
Miss
was
Marvel wasn't the strongest in the series of Marvel universes, so it's like.
yeah.
It's just people
think that's
trying
probably
to
why.
keep live of like it's like not my Iron Man and stuff like that. But you also got to understand
It's not replacing.
it's not replacing.
Iron Man.
It's just going into a different phase
Yeah.
where it's like you got to account. You had about 10 years, nearly a decade with Iron Man as a whole, and concluded it bittersweet but a nice way. Now it's a changing of a guard, especially with different timeline stuff, and it's just moving into a different phase with other characters.
That's a good way. That's a good way to look at it.
And it's just you gotta give it a chance where it didn't seem like, okay, it wasn't getting to that point early, but you gotta at least give them credit for like taking it where it was from where it started. There right now, they're just still in that mode of just trying to mold it where you go. When you get everybody involved, then you can start cooking with hot grease on just making sure that you got some nice dishes along the way.
If people like it.
If they like it,
yeah,
but I'm glad it's a show instead of a movie.
I'm not. I literally mean I'm not excited for it because I'm just not excited for her as a character. I don't think it's gonna. I'm not saying it's gonna be bad. I'm just not excited for it.
Now I'm not sure if I can't really probably put too much into words, but I'm just kind of trying to guess of how I feel about it, of why this character is actually different from the other characters. But maybe it has something to do with, again, her story of how she was brought about. If she just had different powers, it had nothing to do with like Iron Man's technology and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe then people will like her, but. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. Like her actual story, of her coming in the industry, or whatever, is I feel like it's just different than the other. I want to say less of better terms, copycats. Like because when what do you call it? When Sam came in the scene trying to be Captain America,
he was someone else first.
Yeah, he was first of all he was already somebody else,
Yeah.
but again he never was able to like kind of like break out to be his own character. It was just always surrounded around Steve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then the next one where it comes to like even the Black Panther again, her whole story just surrounded around. I'm not saying that was a bad story. I actually liked the movie. But again, her story was again based off of around Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
And then, you know, even She-Hulk is another one, again based off of the Hulk versus coming to her own story, stuff like that. But this one right here, we barely even heard about
we don't even know who she is.
With this one right here, it's like she didn't take the same steps as Iron Man or all this other stuff. I mean, you know, she has some similarities, like her technology needs to be used better and more responsible, but it still didn't surround completely around Tony. She actually had her own story, her own life and stuff like that. So again, the other ones is based off of whatever they're copying. This one is just literally just doing their own thing.
Well,
if that makes sense.
Maybe this show will explain her from the start.
I hope they do.
All I know is this takes place after Wakanda Forever. So
yeah.
Her.
As far as the okay, I got you. Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, we can play your trailer. Did you have anything to add to that, Trey?
I guess overall, I'm kind of in the mindset of just like it's a new guard. If you're doing a film universe, like the actors are gonna get old, and then there are already characters that are just, I think they call them legacy characters.
Yeah.
Where it's just like they pick up the mantle of somebody, and I think that's different from someone like Sam, who's a variation character because he's like a new Captain America. But legacy characters, I would say, is like what they did with Miss Marvel, where it's just like she was inspired by Captain Marvel to become a hero. So I think, like, if you have a problem with legacy characters, just you might as well accept that watching Marvel movies ain't for you. Because I would say, I would personally say that if you have a problem with them, then you shouldn't like War Machine. You shouldn't like Pepper in this suit. You shouldn't be looking out for like anybody picking up Mjolnir. Like Steve picking up Mjolnir should have been weird to you. You like. Because if your issue is that like somebody else can pick up the mantle of a character, then film specifically, like comics wise, I guess you have an argument. It's still dumb, but I guess you have an argument because you can make that character last forever. But film wise, the actors that you love are going to get old. They can't play this forever. So either you're supporting AI at that point, or you're just gonna have to accept the fact that they're gonna pass it down. Now, what I'll say about IronHeart is, I think sometimes the producers, and I'm calling this out because Ryan Coogler is a producer on this, and I loved his work so far. But I feel like sometimes y'all are being disingenuous by saying that like she has no connection to Tony whatsoever. I'm just like BS. That girl made an Iron Man suit and she goes by IronHeart. Let's let's not lie. Like, she's definitely inspired by Tony, even if her story isn't connected to Tony's. Y'all cannot say that, like, people shouldn't get mad because she's not just another Iron Man. I'm just like, I mean,
she's got an
iron. Can't call her Iron Man. We have to call her something else.
IronHeart.
Like, we'll see her call her Iron.
Yeah, just don't be disingenuous about it. Y'all know that she got this name. Heck, if y'all, because I saw him do like an interview about the comics, and it was just like, yeah, I love the character because, you know, she didn't really have anything to do with Iron Man. I'm just like, she quite literally took up the mantle when people thought Iron Man had died, and then had his brain as an AI for her Iron Man suit. Let's not do this.
Talking about the comic book?
Yeah. I'm just, yeah. He was saying that, like, there was a very clear distinction between the two of them when she was introduced in the comics. And I was like, bull crap.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna keep it 100%. I think Riri is cool. I don't think she's gotten to be the cool. Riri's in a weird place because I think she's about where Iron Man was before the MCU started.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like, in terms of popularity.
Grow into it.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, if anything, a little bit more.
It's kind of, it's way harder for her to grow anywhere right now.
Yeah, because Iron Man took off.
Yeah. Because Iron Man.
And so now he has spotlight.
Yeah.
But, like, Iron Man was important to Marvel, but I feel like people forget how passable he was as a character before that 2008 movie came out. Bro, y'all changed your whole tune.
Yep.
Iron Man and Thor are the two characters that I never heard people talk about before 2008.
Yep.
Well, all right, I'm a nerd anyway, so never mind. I got you.
Like,
general people.
I can name the 10 off right now that on the top of my mind. You had Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk, Wolverine for the X-Men, yeah, Blade that people talked about. Yeah, Captain America.
Part Marvel, but go ahead.
Yeah, but see, people talked. I mean, he had clout. I don't know if
people didn't know.
Yeah, people didn't know that he was a Marvel character.
Yeah,
but he was talked about and people knew him very frequently. So yeah, Blade. Then you had the Fantastic Four. You had Captain America. You had Daredevil. And then you started getting into, like, Iron Man because he had a cartoon, Silver Surfer because he had a cartoon.
Yeah, like Fantastic Four and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, because a lot of these characters, a lot of people, at least from the 90s, was introduced with the Spider-Man animated series and X-Men and stuff like that. Because, you know, Iron Man showed up in Spider-Man animated series and so on. But as far as, like, the general, even broader, you know, before the comic books, or the animated series, they got introduced to it by live action, which is what you're talking about, the general audience. So, you know,
I just mean in, like, terms of pop culture. Like,
yeah,
I know for a fact people brought up Incredible Hulk, even if they didn't know anything about his character.
Iron Man was not leading Marvel.
Yeah,
no. Back in the day.
He wasn't leading Marvel. He wasn't sitting being talked about. Like, y'all needed to stop treating these characters like they were sacred. Thor, I don't even remember people mentioning it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Thor had his cane back in the day.
Yeah, like people, like comic book people knew of him, but I'm talking about general people. If I go back to the 90s, I mentioned Wolverine. People might call him X-Man, but they know who I'm talking about.
Remember that time?
So, like,
but every time it's cool. I'm just like, bro, what are we talking about?
like people were wrong back in the day, but like they knew who you were talking about. Ain't nobody talking about no Iron Man like that.
I don't know why people got like that mixed up, but I get it. I get it.
Wait, that actually happened?
Yeah, people used to think that Wolverine was just called X-Man and that he was the leader of the X-Men.
Bro, I wasn't in the comics like that, but I knew that.
But see, this were people who weren't in comics that just knew of the general thing.
It's like your grandma calling, like you gonna watch that X-Man with the claws? Yeah, exactly.
This is why whenever people like comic book fans try to say Cyclops was like forefront, but the 2000 movie ruined it, I was like, nah, brother. They were putting Wolverine on the front of comic books for years before that movie came out.
Completely understand why.
Yeah, nah, like I'm not gonna pretend with people. But let's check out this trailer so that y'all can see it, get your
snap.
thoughts, comments, concerns. Yeah.
Good introduction, Trey.
We just talking.
Go ahead and cue the intro, Christoph, and then we'll get into it.
Trying. Bit of lag.
Sebastian, what's good?
Sebastian.
What's
Salute.
good?
Every
That's the-
time I hear your name, I
the
really
villain.
want to bust out into Under the Sea.
Under the sea.
You want to hit it on this side?
Yeah. Cause
Try resetting it, and we'll go from there.
Not even 90 away. We're 88.
Let's go.
Nice. I love the sound of that.
Uh-oh, this Tron.
You know, I thought of that
oh
too.
my gosh! Wow, what a catch!
So,
That's right.
is Ryan Coogler gonna have something to do with this? At all?
He's an executive producer, so he's
So he-
funding. He's funding and
Funding
making
it.
sure that it,
It's-
like,
They go in
gets
the right
made.
direction. or
Yeah.
something? Okay.
yeah, like
I want to see the director or the writer.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
They are the
It's
more
very
important ones for what you're asking.
Nope, nope. Put that down.
What is that?
No, just don't talk about it. Hey.
Oh, freak.
For real.
You
My
can bump
exact
it up a little
reaction.
bit. 'Cause-
Are you kidding me?
Yo, that voice sound familiar. Sound like Anthony Ramos. Yo, if he's in this,
She about to pass her interview.
it's definitely a test. It is Anthony
Holy
Ramos.
cow!
Last
I
time I
like
saw you
watching
was
you
in
things.
Transformers, man. Rise of the Beast.
Yeah. He said, I'm not getting that G.I. Joe money. Gotta
Not
get this
yet.
Marvel check.
He's a G.I. Joe.
No, in Rise of the Beast, the end credit scene was that they introduced G.I.
G.I.
Joe.
Joe. I'm ready for that crossover.
Alright.
Sebastian said, hi, C2.
Yo.
Good to see you, Sebastian.
Good to see you, Sebastian.
How you
Just
doing
like
today?
So this is where she meets Mr. Fantastic.
Money? What do you need money for?
Okay.
Food?
Well, I think the other people trying to get her are like thieves.
I like that one.
That one's
That
so
suit looks cool.
cute.
I like that suit.
one.
They need to they need to not make it red.
Okay. So,
Plot twist. He's
trying
a
to
villain.
figure out who this person is.
The villain?
Yeah.
It's the hood.
Good, yeah.
The
Oh,
hood.
the hood.
The
Oh
hood,
yeah. I
yeah.
forgot.
Wow,
Yeah,
she has to
yeah.
fight the hood
Yeah.
as a black female character.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Pissed off.
When it
Hey,
when
you
it first
sleep.
came up, I was just like, I really hope he's not the villain, because that's gonna be the joke.
I'm just speaking what the internet knows.
Has it gotten to
is
the
true.
internet yet?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I haven't looked too deep into it, but yeah, I think the trailer does really good. A really good job of painting the series. It feels like it's a series that they're taking more seriously. I'm just kind of thrown because they took so long to start promoting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally
Like
comes out.
I find that annoying. Yeah.
Well, yep. Well, I wasn't paying attention. Yep.
Did we even get a teaser?
No.
No.
This
No,
is
this is the
this
trailer.
is the
Yeah.
this is
the
the
trailer.
first thing that they put out for it.
They're killing their own series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. A lot of
They're-
people are not happy about
That's what I'm
that
saying.
Because they were
aspect.
trying
That's what I'm saying. They're releasing
Re-
something.
re-
They
I know
made
what they
something
call
and they're
it.
releasing something that nobody knows or cares about.
Yeah, they were trying to get everything else like out, and then this was just behind the back burner, and now they're have this out now.
What's
realizing
coming out
in
next
2
month?
months.
I'm sorry, but
Next month. Other than this,
yeah, like
I don't.
is it?
You gotta look that
'Cause
up.
I feel like no. Let me just not
I
go
don't-
down that route.
I don't think
Fantastic Four
anything-
come out in
Sabotage.
July.
I don't think anything comes out in June, but in July, that's when they have Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
Okay, I thought it was going to schedule this around things that were just going to completely overshadow this show.
Oh, in terms of movies, I don't know what else is coming out.
Yeah, we just recently had Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, it looks cool, but
Mhm.
at the same time, I don't know. I can't say too much.
I mean,
Because,
well,
I mean,
we
I
already
kinda-
know that the friend is gonna be the guy that she's gonna be fighting against. So it's like there's no tension. Like all the tension's gone to me.
Well, I mean, there was
Like,
it
that
could be
suspense- that
him, it
suspense
could be
there.
Someone different.
I will say that I think that it's other than him like having the name. I do think that it's cool that the Hood is a villain
Mm-hmm.
because he's a more magic based villain.
Okay.
So I think that aspect of them butting heads
All right. That's cool.
is gonna be like kind of interesting. Kind of like what they should have done with Iron Man.
that was
where
my
it was
Oh,
concern.
like,
don't, please don't. No.
Yeah.
No.
Where we-
Oh, my
where we
goodness.
should have
The
had
Mandarin?
Iron Man versus the Mandarin
Yeah,
at some
we
point.
didn't
but
actually get the
we
Mandarin.
didn't actually get
We
it.
got
Yeah.
faux Mandarin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, bro. Bruh, I felt like I had to see a therapist after that. Oh,
Yeah,
like,
y'all
man,
got
there's
kicked
no,
in the kneecaps
there's
for
no
sure.
way y'all did this to us.
Cut
Y'all-
your,
y'all-
There's no way.
cut your legs off.
Yep, kicked you right in the kneecap.
Oh my god.
And I know Marvel like fans are on copium now
Oh.
because a lot of people are going back to Iron Man 2 and 3 and saying they were good.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just like,
I
nah,
know.
I survived. Like, don't do
He
this.
said, I survived.
Mm-hmm.
2 and 3.
Bro,
Two and three.
I was
Three
trying to
was-
leave
three
the
was-
movie
man,
theater. I forgot who
three-
I was with, but I was trying to leave the movie theater. and I
3
found out
was
this
bad.
man was an actor.
Not the muse. Oh my god.
I could not hear it. I'm glad because I would have probably said the
That's-
same thing.
It's rapping time.
time.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So
but
you guys understand
this
why I get upset when these things happen? Because I
Mhm.
knew you like you act like, oh, Christoph hates black people, but like it's really annoying
Mhm.
for the sake of black people
That it
to
has
do
be
these things.
consistently-
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this second quote here is kind of like where I feel
something iconic.
yeah. As long as if they portrayed the series or like the character straightforward, where it's just like she wants to be iconic because she thinks Iron Man is iconic. Oh, you know what? A
Going back to
character
what I was saying.
that is actually really good for this, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop,
Yeah.
with her being inspired by Clint,
Yeah.
and they just don't hide that at all.
Because he's even in it.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think we could do
I
that.
mean,
No, I'm saying that like
like hide. The
it's
fact.
not like a. It doesn't
It's-
feel
it's
like
not
they're
an
being
elephant in a room.
disingenuous that she wants to be
Yeah.
Hawkeye.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
like with IronHeart, I feel like a lot of the production side comes down to like the quote that she said, where it's just like, I want to do something iconic,
Yeah.
and then the immediate question in your mind is, how are you iconic if you're inspired by somebody else?
True.
Like you can be your own person. Don't get me wrong, like Miss Marvel,
Yeah.
like Kate Bishop, but
but I'm
or
gonna.
Yelena is another good example.
I want to be
too.
something iconic, so I'm gonna plagiarize this
Yeah.
this A+ report.
You have to show me. That's it. The show has to show me why that's not the case.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. Maybe it's because of their lack of promotion, but I'm not getting that side of the story yet. That's where I'm kind of weary about for this.
I'm trying to figure out like the argument that's going on right now with the series.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I didn't hear it too much with the trailer. I'll try to rewatch it later. But like, what's the big argument that's going on in the series? Was y'all able
Are
to
you
catch it?
legitimately asking what it is?
In the
Yeah.
show or about the show?
With the trailer. I don't know.
The big argument about the trailer is that they haven't been promoting it.
No,
a lot.
I'm sorry. Like the actual trailer, not
Like
the
inside.
Like
outside,
in the
inside.
story.
What's
Yeah.
going on in the trailer.
I see
like-
the hood in there. Like, all right, like what's your why you spazzing out?
Well,
bro?
they're working together, and then I guess he used her in some way, and diverged on ideas.
I guess.
Or maybe he was.
Yeah.
He could have been using her the whole time, or they diverged on their ideas.
Yeah, they didn't directly say that like this is his problem with her or her problem with him. They just kind of showed us some cool scenes of them doing stuff and then a standoff where he shoots at her.
I did bad things.
Yeah,
I had to do bad things to survive.
I mean, they can maybe finally revive the whole argument they should have had in Iron Man 3. That, magic versus
science.
Science.
Umbreon, how you doing?
Hey,
Umbreon's
here.
Said you're just stopping by. Hopefully everyone is well. We're doing all right.
Yes,
Hope you're doing all right too.
Healthy and blessed.
Yes.
So
Talking about some IronHeart.
Yep.
So yeah, I really hope they kind of stick. Me personally, I mean,
War
I know
Machine.
everybody else is talking
Am I a
about
joke to
it. Me
you?
personally, I hope they kind of just again go with her own lane and just like key role. Like, yeah, sure, mention it, but don't let that be the thing that you stand on. As far as like just keep bringing up Iron Man, like, well, I want to be like Iron Man. Well,
I mean, if that's but that's kind of what Trey's point was. Like, if everyone thinks you're copying Iron Man, don't pretend like you're not.
Yeah, just show them why you're different.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to tell me that
That's what I'm
she's
saying.
not Iron Man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like I know that she's based off him. Like, this is the character that's prolific for this reason. Give me a reason why I should like her as much, if not more.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, I wouldn't put too much screen time into trying to separate them, but more of, again, her just following her own path, doing her own thing. She's looks like she has some type of school that she's going to or something, and she's kind of battling with that. Okay, great. Don't try to go into like, man, I need to find the next tech that Tony Stark did, or I'm about to, do something where she found his AI or something like that, upload his brain and all this. I'm like, no, just let her have her own space.
Well, that's why I brought up Kate Bishop, because I thought she was like, that's why I like her more in comparison, because Kate had a reason to like Clint. Like they quite literally were just like, I saw you in New York. You were out there as a regular dude with bow and arrow fighting aliens. Yeah. I was just like, I want to be that person. Yeah, I don't necessarily have to be you, but you inspired me to be able to fight an army of aliens with nothing but a stick and some string.
Yeah.
I would like that for her character versus Miss Marvel's inspiration for Carol, where she's just a fangirl. Yeah. But it works for Miss Marvel because they made her so distinctly different, like powers-wise and stuff, that you could never make the comparison between the two. You can't avoid making the comparison between Riri and Tony, because it's just like they're practically the same. In terms of
their names, it's one word.
But like in terms of how they function to the world. Like if I lived in this universe and I saw somebody flying around in a mech suit, I would be like, is this the new Iron Man? Same issue with War Machine. Yeah. And Marvel, don't think that I forgot that y'all done swept that one under the rug too.
No, they mentioned it in the comment section.
Yeah,
in the comment section.
Marvel ain't talking about it though.
Y'all think you slick, but that Armor Wars TV show that became a movie that is now shelved into oblivion, just like Blade. Y'all doing something with these minority characters.
So this show on Disney Plus.
Yep.
4, 6, or 8.
You said 4, 6, or 8
episodes. Like episodes?
I don't know. Probably
maybe 6 or 8.
Probably 6.
I want to say 6.
I think that's more their vibe right now. I want to say that it's 6 because I think Falcon and Winter Soldier was 6.
IronHeart miniseries will have 6 episodes.
Miniseries.
The rest of the budget went into promotion.
Oh, wow.
What do you mean? What promotion?
Exactly.
Out.
Exactly. That's his point.
We ain't get no teaser.
They ain't got no budget.
We ain't got no build
for
up.
promotion.
But as far as the vibes goes, like I don't know if y'all agree with this one, but like how Spider-Man and Tony, I feel like Tony just had a little bit too much involvement into Spider-Man. I just want Spider-Man.
You thought he had too much involvement?
A little bit too much involvement. But I mean, I get it. They were trying to tell a story.
I liked the story of their relationship.
I don't think that it was too much. I think that it makes the most sense.
But I understand what you're saying though, like because you just wanted it to be.
Yeah, that's just like
Spider-Man,
a personal.
when it comes
like
to his like
thing.
development in his suit and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that was integral to the integration of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
because he's coming from.
I don't think the version of Spider-Man that you wanted would have worked in the MCU. Straight up.
Yeah, and that's why you gotta be more realistic and stuff like that. And that's I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah.
And again, that's a personal thing versus like was it good or was it? Was it not?
Yeah.
But you know, like again, I just wanted her to, again, just have her own thing. You know,
I feel you.
again,
But I would counter that and say, did you have a problem with how integral Daredevil was to Punisher? Because I think that they functionally worked.
That was
I think they functionally worked the same way. So I got
no guard.
Yeah.
What do you think, Chia?
Yeah, like because their arguments, you know, what I'm saying their stories just match so much. You know, but
I get you.
What do you think about all this?
I don't know. Like, obviously I'm gonna watch it, but I just don't like when it's just, I don't know.
Say it.
I don't.
Say it.
No, I'm not going.
Say it. Say
Will I
it.
get in the suit?
I want to hear you say it.
Yeah, I was about to say you might as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's up?
It's nothing bad, but it's just I already know. Like, to hear the comments, like partial. Like, I feel like it's because she's black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Character.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like you get the stereotype music, and then people are just like,
yeah, it doesn't
we
help.
don't like this.
Doesn't
like
help.
automatically don't like Ironheart because of who's playing.
Yeah, because not only are you copying a beloved superhero, but you're also black.
Yeah.
And that's a like.
It doesn't
and a woman.
And a woman.
You
just
doesn't fit
you're out
the
of
culture.
You're dead. DOA.
So it just feels like it doesn't have that full chance for her to become a lovable character.
Yeah.
And then it's also like with the stereotypical music and stuff like that. Like it's just kind of like, okay, so you're trying to market to this.
Are you trying to market
the rap group?
Yeah.
It's rapping time.
And so it's just kind of like disheartening a little bit. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it because I like all the Marvel shows and movies and stuff. Like I just like superheroes. And they've always been like, well, Marvel. I can't say too much for DC, but Marvel movies have just always been like a hit for me.
Yeah.
So I'm still going to watch, and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to tune in.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
Y'all gotta give it a chance. Stop complaining. Because complaining I ain't gonna hit him with nothing, but the complaining will get you nowhere. What's done, it comes out June 24th.
Yeah, either watch it or don't.
Yeah.
If you're mad, that's sad. Go ahead and be glad, like some heavyweight trash bags, and just endure watching Ironheart in there. If you have that much complaint, why don't you make a video about why it doesn't fit what it needs to do? Because for all I know, they're still going on with this phase and so on from it. So it's gonna happen regardless. So just get over it.
Yeah, I will say that they sandwiched her in a very hard spot.
Bad spot.
I feel like this show should have come out sooner.
Agreed.
This feels like another Black Widow situation.
Like
where
it's throwaway. It feels like a
I don't
throwaway.
I don't get why they put it here.
Gotcha.
It should have been closer to Wakanda Forever, if not
well.
right after that movie.
Yeah, that's tough. That's really
I
tough.
mean, I'm not excited for it, but I don't want it to be bad. Because then it just looks it just looks bad because they did it all wrong.
But see, even
did everything wrong, and of course it's gonna fail because they did everything wrong.
We'll see. Even if it's
deserve
really
to
good, even if this is the best Disney Plus Marvel show that comes out, think of all the stuff that came out this year. You had Daredevil Born Again come back. You had Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which would have been what Spider-Man was like if Marvel had had the rights from Jump Street. So it's already interesting in that sense of just compare and contrast to see what Marvel would have wanted to do with that character. Then you have Brave New World, which regardless of how you feel about it, was the new inception of
yeah.
like Sam as Captain America.
Mhm.
Then you had Thunderbolts, which have y'all all?
Not yet.
Okay, all right. Well, in scene for Thunderbolts, if you know, you know. It's integral to the current state.
Yeah,
It's
of
I would say
the universe.
Thunderbolts is probably the most integral movie that has come out in the last 2 years, based off how they ended it.
Okay.
Then you have this, and then following up this is Marvel's first attempt at Fantastic Four, which is one of the longest running series, if not one of the most iconic franchises to come out of Marvel ever. And you just stuck this
right
in between.
It's just overshadowed.
Yeah.
Like, and plus, it's overshadowed because marketing effort.
And then no promotion
No
for the show
effort
whatsoever.
They're like,
This hurts Chia the most because she is marketing.
So
personal attack.
Yeah, even if it does really well, all that has to happen is for them to not bomb Fantastic Four, and then this is going out the back of your mind.
Yeah.
I mean,
right in the back burner.
I believe there's, as long as the story's good, I'm always happy, and that comes with any character or even the most hated characters. If they have a really good story, I'm all for it. I'll fight all day. So as long as the story good, man, I'm here with it.
Rated E for everyone.
Yeah. So
I still feel like it's gonna be overshadowed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Like,
definitely
like,
overshadowed.
it's already overshadowed, but it's like even if what's it called, Fantastic Four flops, it's still gonna be bigger news than
And the
I
crazy
feel like a
thing
lot of
is
people are
you
gonna skip
see-
this one.
Gee, you can
Yeah.
see where they had the timeline of
doesn't
which
fit.
ones were coming out of the date.
Mhm.
Like it was in between, so it was already cooked from the start.
It's too late.
Yeah. And then they already did the Doomsday casting, and she's
Yeah.
not in it and stuff like that. So it's already like,
Ironheart's
Dang.
not in it.
That's
was she in? Was she in the cast list?
I didn't see
I
it.
have. Let me,
I didn't think I didn't
don't
remember
think
her
she
on the
was.
list.
let me check.
They
There were about 40 names on there, so
Yeah.
I might be forgetting.
Thunderbolts in there though.
Yep.
The gang was all there.
Thunderbolts are in there. Some of the old Marvel Guard was in there.
Yeah, Kristoff was in there too.
totally Hawk gonna be in there. I'm just playing.
No, I don't see her up in here.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't remember her being in there. So it's just like,
She's
it's
just
hard
doing-
for you to get hype about her
yeah,
because
she's
it's like,
throwaway.
yeah, so much is going on. But you know what, Riri, I'm gonna give you this. You somehow outlasted Blade getting his project, so
Facts.
that means, hey, something about this project got to be good. Because goodness
Dang.
gracious. Well, I mean, Blade's a
These
big name.
minorities, boy.
Blade's a big name.
Blade,
If you told
his
me
grandfather.
5 years ago that I would be getting to see an IronHeart show before Marvel decided to come out with a Blade movie,
You said
I'd have
nah,
been like,
right.
yeah, nah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I would have lost money.
Yeah.
I would have lost some money.
But so, hey, that factor alone, IronHeart, I think
But-
you can carry a little bit of something.
Yeah.
Unless you had the mind,
Mm-hmm.
there's only one blade.
Oh, Deadpool and Wolverine. That was late
Thank
last
you.
year, but that too.
God darn it! I'm glad someone else on this chair said it.
I'll
Thank
take
you.
it. I'll take it for 2025.
But I'm gonna give Ali his chance. But for right now, Wesley is the guy. So yeah,
I feel
till they
like
get right with.
I feel
what
like
they're
they
trying
should just skip the Blade movie and make a Midnight Suns movie.
There you go.
I could agree with that as well.
I feel like they should just go for broke because at this point,
Go for broke or animate that.
Anyways,
Because if they can't get the live action right, turn that sucker into an animation.
Anyway, y'all let us know how you feel about the IronHeart official trailer in the comment section down below. While you're down there, feel free to like the video if you enjoyed it, share it with somebody that you think might enjoy it as well, and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to our first 1,000.
1,000.
000.
Right here in the C2 circle. 88 away, Gia said.
God darn.
Way.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going.
Get
Make
gone.
sure I did my math right.
Are we at 912?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we got
Let's
it right.
go. Let's
We
go.
did it.
Hit that bell.
I forget which
notification.
week it was, but when
Stop. We're not gonna bring that back. We're not gonna bring that back.
y'all were like 86, I was just like,
It's
whoa.
wait.
We getting like 20 people.
Yeah, that we did.
The
But,
math was not
but also,
mathing that
It's all
day.
good.
I apologize.
it's all good. Hit that bell notification. Stay tuned for all our updated videos and shorts. Join the squad or not charge a card.
Yep. Link in the description is to all of our socials, including our Discord, the C2 Circle. There you can become a champion in the ring. Be around for all the content that's going to be lined up next week when we go live around.
7 p.m. on Thursday.
Eastern Standard Time around the dot.
Thank you guys so much for all your love and support. Feel free to come out one Thursday. That way we can chat it out with you live and in real time.
It'll be a party.
Till that time comes, though, we'll catch you in the next one with some more Catered Chaos. Peace.
Peace. Stop crying. Give Riri a chance.
Stop crying.
Please don't waste this actor. This is a very good actor.